Good afternoon, everybody, and Merry Christmas. It's upon us once again. This is something that I've been working on for a little while, and I just want to share it with you. It's probably not in a state of completion, but my thought was I wanted to combine the power of HGSI more with thinkorswim, since thinkorswim is such a good trading platform, and if you have an account there, it's free. Commission-free trading for stocks. Options are very reasonable at 65 cents a contract and so on. So, why not use it? There's all these other programs out there that they try to get you to use and subscribe to, different charting packages and so on. And I think we have everything we need right here with the combination of thinkorswim and HGSI. So let me get this slide out of the way if I can. And let's just, let me show you what some of the things I'm doing here. Now, and you probably know some of this stuff already. If you import or create a watch list in thinkorswim, what it does is if you go to Market Watch, and let me go to the heat map, whenever you create a watch list in thinkorswim by importing from HGSI, it automatically creates a watch list which is available to view in the under the Market Watch. And there's a heat map and then just a regular index too. But what I've done is I just imported all of the HGSI stocks that are assigned to industry groups in thinkorswim, and then by creating the watch list, and let me locate that watch list. Personal, okay, HGSI stocks and groups. You just create the watch list and then you just import the stocks, and then they will all show up here, and you can see exactly what these stocks that are contained in the HGSI indexes are doing. And it goes into their sectors. Now their sectors pretty much duplicate what we have, but their industry groups are a little bit different. But that doesn't matter, because we still can get a very, very strong feel for what's going on with the stocks. So here's the overall heat map, and then let's say if I want to go down to energy, there's energy equipment and energy, oil and gas. So those are their two industry groups. But it's really slick how you can just create the watch list and then everything's visible immediately in their heat map. Now I'm going to go to a smaller group up here. Well, let's go up here to number 10. These are HGSI box stocks. I just imported the box stocks. So these are all of the box stocks available in HGSI, and those are created every day actually, because when the fundamental updating process takes place, if a stock qualifies as a box stock according to the criteria, it's automatically put in that folder. So these are box stocks right here. You can see there's, I think there's 629 of them right now. So John Randolph, I see you're on here. You like to work with box stocks only, and I kind of do too, because these are stocks that have some sort of earnings consistency. You can go from a box 1 through a box 10. All of that is explained in the help file in HGSI, but at least you know you're dealing with stocks that have some sort of earnings growth. Now, some of those stocks may have negative earnings, but they're improving, but they're headed in the right direction. Anyway, you can see how strong the market is today, just based upon the box stocks. Now I'm going to go up here, and I'm just going to click on the top 50 group inclusion report. I'm importing these every day. I'm going to show you how to do that here in a minute, and I can see how the top 50 stocks are performing. And then if I go from the heat map to the index watch, and then I have to select under personal top 50 group inclusion report, I can see what these stocks are doing. And 9NINE is up the most, and it's up, well, about 18%, it looks like. I can also see the put-call ratio on these stocks, number of issues advancing, declining, and if they're optionable or not. And then if you click over here, okay, I'm clicking here, but look over to the right side of the screen. You'll see that the stock is up 17.93%. Okay, so now I'm going to left mouse click on this. I'm going to send this to red, and then I'm going to click on the chart, and this is NINE. So you can move around very quickly. Now, would you like me to put that pointer on where I click and a circle appears? I forgot to do that. It's not distracting, and it might be helpful. Okay, nobody said yes, but I think I'll do it anyway. Hang on. Okay, I'm recording again. Anyway, so this is, I just moved around very quickly, and of course you know how to do this. You can just go under Analyze and get the fundamental information and so on. So these are all, of course, features of thinkorswim, but this is how I'm incorporating, in addition to creating the watch list so we can view them in the heat map and the indexes. I want to show you what else I'm experimenting with. Okay, so I'm going to make this size, and when you install the add-on, or when you install the add-on next time when you update it, you're going to find a folder right here. It's called thinkorswim user groups, and these are the groups that I'm currently tracking, and I have numbered them sequentially, and I'll show you why I did that. Okay, I'm going to come on, got too many things open. Okay, if you look here at the screen, these are long and short candidates. If I want to add stocks from these lists down here, I can. But these are the ones I've chosen so far. High relative strength, or the relative strength combo, which locates the leaders in the market. There's 100 of these stocks that are generated every day. Stocks and groups moving up. End of day, this is the folder that Gil Morales likes to do his prospecting from, and Paul Reike, I believe you use that too. Price up, fan up. These are stocks that are leadership stocks that on the prior day the price was up and the fan was up, and this is the fan over here, 200, 100, 50, 18, those four moving averages. And then the top 50 group inclusion report, perfect speculator. These are stocks hitting 52-week highs or multi-year highs. You can see there's a lot of momentum stocks in here. This is undercut and rally. The 3 is less than the 6-day moving average, and these are box stocks, working with box stocks here. And then these crossed over with a 2-day window. So I'm going to go through these and show them to you. But what I do in the morning, and this only takes a few minutes, let me just go into the relative strength combo. And after it runs, you can see this is number 3. It's got the date and the number 3 leaders, raw relative strength, and here's 100 stocks. Now let me show you how I built these. I'm learning all kinds of stuff about HGSI still, even after all these years. But what I did is, you notice there's no filter and no combo ranking because this group is generated automatically every day, 100 stocks, and they're all high relative strength stocks. So all I had to do is click on this and go to the source group, leaders, raw relative strength, raw combo. This is under Ian Woodward and Ron Brown. So this group has been created for years. I've tracked it for years, and now I can just go to this, and I know that this is going to be updated every day when I go through the update, and then I get the fresh list of stocks. And click on that. I don't need to rebuild these. But here's the 100 stocks, and all I have to do is go up here, copy symbols to clipboard, comma separated list, click on this, edit the 100 raw combo, import, paste, here's the stocks, and I'm going to replace the current day. And save that, and that's all there is to it. Now I've been doing all of these, and it takes me about 5 minutes to do these. So I'm using the power of smart groups in HGSI, and then I'm putting that information into thinkorswim. Now, this is stocks and groups moving up. I'm not going to do all of these, but I did the same thing here. I'm just going directly to that group, which is generated every night. And then this is a user smart group that I created. Same thing, 100 stocks. If you look up here, you can see that. And then the top 50 group and conclusion report. What I did here is my source group here is the HGSI top 50, which is generated every night automatically. So I don't have to run the manual update. I do it anyway just because I've done it for so many years, but I'm just accessing this group right here, and then I get a fresh group of top 50 stocks every day. Perfect Speculator, this one uses a filter. These are box stocks with the fan up, but with the 3 under the 6, and then these are box stocks that crossed over with a 2-day window. And then these are all box stocks. I don't update this one every day, maybe once a week, but the others I update daily. So I get a fresh list of stocks, and then when I get them pasted in here, I immediately can flip from, well, I'm going to show you what it looks like here. Long candidates, short candidates. I would add these as I go through the list. Raw combo, stocks and groups moving up, price up, fan up, top 50, perfect speculator, undercut and rally. The 3's less than the 6. They may not rally, but they've undercut here, and these are starting to rally right here. So let's just go through some of these. Any questions so far? Okay. I'm going to take a quick drink. So let's just take a look here. One thing I do want to point out while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go down to the, I just imported these box stocks. When you import some of these stocks, if there is a, like this PBR, there's a dot there, it may be hard to see, and then an A, not getting a quote, just click on the symbol. Where did it go? Did I delete it? Hang on. PBR.A. Well, I'll run across something else. But what you have to do is you just go in and change that dot to a front slash, and then then you'll start getting the quote, because it is exported with the dot. When it comes in to thinkorswim, you have to change it to the front slash to get the quote. Let me do that. Okay, I'm going to copy symbols to clipboard. Okay, I'll click on this, import, replace. I still don't see it. Oh well, I don't need to waste any more time. You'll know what to do to change it. So let's go through some of these. And I want to point out, this is a strong day in the market, but we've had some very weak days, and these scans have been bringing up winners every day. I mean, not every stock is going to be up. Like today, there's just a lot of strength in the market, or there was. But these techniques work daily. So I'm going to go up here. Let's just go to the personal, and I'll just start with the raw combo. Now notice this column right here, the daily range. This is not part of thinkorswim. It's a custom formula, and I'm going to have to get it out to you when I maybe this weekend. I'll just have to export it, and you're going to have to go up here under the shared items and import it, and then it'll reside in your indicators, so you can add it to the column, because this is very important. Why is it important? Because it shows us which stocks are holding on to their gains at that point in the day. Now it's getting late in the day now, but here's a stock, ASC. It's still down a nickel, but it's up. It's down a nickel, but it's at 98.56% of its daily range. So that immediately tells me that it is negative, but buyers are coming into it. And you can see, if you look at this, that a test, low volume test, no, I'm sorry, it's a reversible possible on hammer doji. This is a VPA signal. We don't have an HGSI, but it's in this version of the VPA for thinkorswim. So buyers are stepping into this stock. Now this is this is Ardmore Shipping. This has been a very strong stock until recently, when the shipping stocks pulled back a little bit. They tried to sell it off today and shake it out, but buyers are stepping in. So this is a stock that might be a decent candidate tomorrow. So I'm going to right mouse click, and I'm going to add to long candidates for tomorrow. Let's look at a couple others here. Here's some that are at their daily highs. You can see that this one's been going sideways for quite some time. Modine Manufacturing. Shakeout down here, a test. This arrow is a confirmation of that test, and it's been going sideways. But now it's got resistance right here, but it's got an effort to rise today. Volume is not real great, but the fan is up. So this one's setting up nicely also. I'm just going to add it to long candidates for tomorrow. But the whole purpose of this is I am creating these groups. I know something about the groups. I know what the groups are made of. Like, these are high relative strength stocks, and then I can bring them into thinkorswim, and I get real-time quotes here. I still use HGSI during the day, but after I bring all these in, it's just so much easier to flip through these charts very quickly and look for candidates. Also, in this, what I did when I created this watch list, here's what I'm looking for. I put in symbol, last net change, percent change, daily range. This is the one I'm going to have to export to you. Volume, sector, and high and low. And the reason I put the sector in, I didn't want the groups in there because they don't really correspond directly to HGSI groups, but I can get a quick read on what stocks or what sector these stocks are in during the day. And you can see that there's a lot of energy stocks today because oil was up again today. And if there is a grouping of sectors near the top, I know that there is strength in that group or that sector. So let's flip through some more of these. This is stocks and groups moving up. Now you're going to see a lot of stocks in multiple groups. If you have a high relative strength stock from group number 3 and it's in stocks and groups moving up, I mean that's not unusual. So let's look at HCC. You can see that there are some decent setups here on these stocks. There was support across here at the, this is the 100, and then the 3 crossed the 6 yesterday, and this one is starting to move. These are the same moving averages that I use in HGSI, and they work well enough for me. They're exponential moving averages. Now here's CAT. Broke out today. And remember, this group is from yesterday. Stocks and groups moving up is from last night's download, and you can see how many of these stocks are following through today. Well, let's just go up here to Market Watch, and let's look at stocks and groups moving up end of day from yesterday, and you can see that 87 of them are moving up, 13 are moving down, and 99 of them are optionable. So that group, as of last night, provided some good candidates for today. And then if I wanted to look at this thing, same thing in the heat map, I would just click on this. I mean, the heat map's nice. You can tell the lighter ones are the strongest ones, and these boxes are created according to market capitalization. But it's almost easier to look at the index watch to see the relationship of these stocks to one another, and then you can get the advancing versus declining issues and see how the group's doing. Let's flip back up to the relative strength combo, and you can see that 82 and 17 on this one. So those are pretty good numbers. I'm going to keep going now. Any questions so far? Okay, let's go into the charts here. Okay, these are stocks up, groups up. I'm going to move on down here to the 3 less than the 6. This is the undercut and rally. Notice how quickly this column populates this information. This has to all be calculated because it's a custom indicator, and probably depending on your computer's speed and also the speed from the server, it happens very quickly. So all of these stocks, the 3 has not crossed the 6 yet. You can see that. The orange is the 6. The 3 is green. But they're in this list if they had a bullish candle or a VPA flag in HGSI. Now, they may not have the VPA flag in thinkorswim, but there is a bullish candle, so that's why it appeared in here. So this is a very good setup, or a very good screen, I should say, to look for stocks that are low risk entries. Stock like this, a little late in the day now, but could have been purchased with a stop below yesterday's low after it started moving up. It looks like it opened here and traded down, then started moving up, and now it's trading at 100% of its daily trading range. Let's look at a few more of these. Okay, once again, you can see the 3 here and the 6 right there. It hasn't crossed yet. It's a more expensive stock, $112. But here's your VPA flag and also a bullish candle. And then this is that rectangle there is strength confirmed on up bar closing near the high after a test. That information is right up here in this chart. So here's your low risk entry. If you buy it, what about it above yesterday's high and put a stop in, you're not risking a lot of money. And you can see the fans up. It had a really nice run here, then a pullback, and then a gap up on earnings, and it worked its way higher and then pulled back. Okay, let's go down to the other end. Daily range, and you can see that now remember, these are stocks that have not crossed over yet. This one tried to go today, but now it's trading at the low end of its range. So is this one. This one was rejected on price, as was this one. A gap open, now it's trading near the low of the day. Obviously, you're going to have these. So I like to see, wait a little bit. Don't jump on things immediately in the morning, and then try to get a feel for what they're going to do. Now, I also use a 78-minute chart a lot. You can use any chart you want to. I don't know if you guys are using different time frames. Like this, you can set up your time frames in thinkorswim. I mean, if you want some real short-term information, you just come in here and change this. But I generally just like to leave it on 78 minutes to get a feel for what's happening with the longer time periods. Okay, let's go down to the next one. And these are stocks that have crossed over with a 2-day window. I haven't coughed yet, which is amazing. Okay, here you can see the crossover happened yesterday, and this one is continuing to go today. You're going to have a double top to be concerned with on this one. But you can see support held up here before it got down in this area. But bullish, kind of neutral, bullish, bearish candle here. And then yesterday there was a bullish candle as the 3 crossed the 6. You look down at the volume, though. There's not a lot of effort here for the result. But today, overall, the volume is pretty poor in the overall market. So I'm not surprised. But anyway, this one's starting or continuing its move from yesterday. Now here was the crossover here. Here was the 2-day window right here, and then this one has gapped up and it's broken past resistance here. And it's got an effort to rise flag. This one crossed over yesterday. This is Ardmore shipping again, and then price was down, but buyers came back in to support it. Here's a crossover yesterday and a continuation today. Remember, these are all box stocks, so if you want to get more information about them, just go up here under Analyze, or I just bring up a chart from HGSI. Let me bring a chart up here. What is this? TECK. I can see the crossovers here. Here's a 2-day crossover. And then look at the fundamental window right here and see the earnings. A little down from this quarter compared to the same quarter 1 year ago, but you can see there's very strong earnings growth. And there's revenue growth with this stock, so it fits into the box stock category. So I do like to bring up the individual charts and in HGSI and look at these charts also for the bullish candles and also for the VPA flags. Okay, I could go down this list. You can see what the dominant sectors are here today. Energy all over the place. Now, I'm going to look at a different computer here. Crude light's up almost 3% today. It's been going down, but well, there's a lot of factors that go into the oil price, but it's going up today. So consequently, the oil stocks are going to be up. So those are the groups that I currently have in there, and it's just so easy to get them in here and then look through quickly, click through these stocks to look for setups. You can do it in HGSI, but once you get them in here, it's a lot faster to do it here. Plus, you have the advantage of the heat map and the indexes. Now, what I have to do for you is, I was hoping, and there's a lot of things I don't know about thinkorswim, even though I've used it for years. I was hoping I could, on this setup, share the workspace and give you all of this already set up, but it doesn't seem to work. So what I'm going to have to do is share the workspace, and it'll give you the charts, this set of charts. Here, what am I looking for? This is what I'm looking for. So here's a monthly, here's a weekly, here's a daily, and here's a 78-minute chart, and you can change the time frames on any of these. I only have the moving averages on the daily chart, but if you'd like to look at the long term, weekly, monthly, and then of course you can just maximize the chart, right mouse click, and you can analyze the weekly, compare it to the daily, or you could set up your charts so they're side by side. I just flip back and forth. But I'm going to have to export this to you as it'll come in as charts. It just doesn't seem to retain this information over here. And then what I can do is I'll send this indicator to you so you can have the percentage price change in the column, or I'll try to export this watch list and see if these fields come in. I don't think they will unless I export this separately. Does anybody... It's a range indicator. Okay, Tom, Tom Watkins wants to know, explain barcode, color, and hollow. Okay. Well, it's just like an HGSI. These are, it tells you what the trends are. And if it's yellow, it's intermediate. Tom, I suggest you just go into the help file in HGSI. It explains what the trends are. Well, the easiest way to learn it, let me do this. I'm going to go down. There's a folder now, VPA trend bar charts. And I'll just click on one of these. These pretty much correspond to the HGSI colors. And if you click on a bar like this blue bar here, it's going to tell you that the long-term trend is up, medium-term trend is down, and the short-term trend is up. So, it can be confusing because they jump all over the place. And, okay, as far as the hollow, it just shows you where the open was compared to the close. If it's solid, it means that the close is below the open. Is that what you meant? So all of these, here's the open, here's the close, here's the open, here's the close, here's the open, here's the close, here's the open, here's the close. So it just means the stocks opened. If they're clear, it just means the close is greater than the open. Okay? Anyway, I don't really have a whole bunch more to say. This is kind of a short webinar, but I just want to show you what I'm working on. And I think it's if you try it, you're going to find that it works out really well, because these groups are already ready-made for you, and you can just put them in there, and you know what they're trying to accomplish. And then during the day, just look at the different views over here, or the watch list, I should say. And once this percentage range, the ones that are at the top are going to be the strongest, and the ones at the bottom are going to be the weakest. But it just, I think, can cut down a lot on your prospecting time, and we're using the power of both HGSI and thinkorswim. Does it make sense? Or does it look like too much work? Yeah, well, I want you to try it. Remember, going back, you can build your own watch list here. I'll get this when I send the newsletter out, update it in a day or two. I will make sure that I provide you with this percent range. Just a second here. I want you to try this here. Hey, Paul, you or anybody else can try this. I'm sharing this column right here, the percent daily range. And just go up to your setup and open shared items to try to import that, and then see if it shows up when you create your watch list and click over here on customize. See if this shows up, percent daily range. Okay, Charles, welcome aboard, by the way. if that imports and it shows up, then you can create the watch list just like I have them in this video. I'm going to pause the video. So with this percent daily range imported, and it imported fine, you said, I can see immediately going into the market close which of these stocks are holding up. This one's only traded to 63,000 shares today, but it's at 100% of its daily trading range. So I can make a quick determination if I want to add this to my list for tomorrow. If it's closing strong, there's a good chance that it might go further. I don't like this over here. There was a false breakout and then a hammer down, but it's closing strong. Let's look at ATI now. Kind of loose in here, but effort to rise today. I guess I have to go over here to add it to the watch list. I'll put it in long candidates. There's got a double top on this one. It's going to have to fight its way through that. This bounced off the 50. I'm going to add this one for tomorrow too. Now this is a fairly tight chart. Well, it's a $600 stock. I'm going to pass on that one. Now here's a nice looking chart. SLGN. The 3 has not crossed the 6 yet. It's getting close to it. You can see support is right here. Going back to this area here. Spinning top. Really light volume today though. But potential. Okay, I added that to the watch list too. See, these lists are going to change tomorrow. So, well, no, they won't all change. I take that back. This one's still going to be in here because the 3 has not crossed the 6. So it'll be in here tomorrow when I paste these into the view. Tech Solutions, MTSI. I want to look at this. If I can find my chart down here. But I want to go back up here. Okay, so here is a test, and here is a confirmation of that test today, as John would call it, a J flag. It looks pretty decent. Let's look at the fundamentals on it. Look at the earnings growth here. Consistently growing its earnings. You can tell that just by looking at the chart here. The slope of the red is the slope of the revenue, and the slope of the blue is the slope of the earnings. And those dots up here suggest that the next quarter it's going to be down slightly, but not much. Semiconductor devices. How are semis doing today? I assume they're doing pretty well. So Paul, did it come in as daily range? Okay. Just a second. Do you want me to post that link again? Is that what you're saying? Let's see if I still have it on the clipboard. No. Yeah, I do. Tom, did you do what I told you to do? Did you go up here under Setup and Open Shared Item and paste it into here? Sure, Charles, just a second. Tom, you have to paste it into here. Well, do a Control C, Control Copy. You didn't copy it if it won't paste. Just highlight this and do a Control C, and then it should be on your clipboard. And when I paste it right there, Control V, then it's going to show percent daily range. Let's see. Paul, did you figure out? I lost my chat. Just a second. Okay, Tom, good. Okay, so you got that. Now, Paul, what's it coming up as? Percent daily range? I didn't paste it into here because I already had it. Let me go in here. Click on this little spindle over there. Okay, this is what I have in my columns. Symbol, last, net change, percent change. It should come up as percent daily range. Excuse me. But Paul, yours is coming up as percent daily relative range. Well, it should be one of the two then. Great. Okay, so just these are your columns. Volume, sector, high and low. You don't even need the high and low if it takes up too much screen space. This works really well for going to the public. And let's go to the NASDAQ 100. So I can get an immediate read on the NASDAQ 100 based upon the daily range and see where the strength is. And then, of course, up here with Market Watch, just go into the public and go to the NASDAQ 100, and you get a really good feel for where the strength is in that index. So don't just limit this, if you do what I'm doing, to the scans that I created. Use it for the entire market. Let's do one more here. Let's just go into the public. So go down to the S's, the S&P 500. Look how quickly this calculates here and shows you the range of these stocks where the strength is. And then up here, I'm going to go down to the S&P 500, and then it breaks it up. It can't get it all in one line, so these are alphabetical, and you can just scroll through here and see where the most strength is. So here you have the percent daily range, but here is a percentage gain here. Excuse me. So Paul, what did you do here? Okay, I just didn't want to do it while I was trying to talk. But did you get it figured out? I'll figure it out and make a video. It's really a simple process. You just paste this formula into it, and it's there. I don't want to take the time right now to do it, but I'll do a separate video once I figure it out. Okay, anyway, just this watch list with these columns, you can look at anywhere in the market and see where the strength is and see the percentage gain and the percentage daily range. So you can really stay on top of the market. Any questions? You probably have a million of them, but so yeah, thanks, Ralph. So in review, look, when you do your installation or your update of the add-on, you're going to have in this folder the add-on list of all user smart groups. I just dropped it in here. These are the thinkorswim user groups that are generated automatically for you to paste in thinkorswim. So why don't you try it, see what you think. I think you're going to find some good candidates in a hurry, and that's what I'm hoping for. Just a integration of two great programs. Yeah, sure, David. I mean, you mean once you get them pasted in? Okay, thanks. Yeah, well, it's really simple. Once you get them pasted in, I'm just going to go back up to my personal, and I've got these numbered here. These are the ones I put in my long candidates. But all you have to do is flip down here. See the up and down arrows? And it'll just take you from one to the other. Let's see how the top 50 did today. I'm going to go back up to Market Watch here. Top 50. 42 were positive and 8 were negative. Up on volume 3 crossing 6, just keep going down. Right here, number 9.